Push the 21 car right on by.
That 97 has shown to be fast, very fast.
And what's at stake for him here? He's
trouble.
Contact on the backstretch. It's Michael Waltrip and now Brian Vickers. Robbie Gordon, 31. The time. Waltrip's over.
25 got into it.
That's 3 times for Michael Waltrip.
Well, there's the big one right there. There's a lot of good cars right there. Is that Sterling Marlin in there?
40 cars in it. That's Michael Waltrip's car, upside down.
Talk to me, Michael.
Terry Smith.
See movement there at the left side of the car as we look at it. Caution flag is out. The field has slowed, and the safety and rescue workers already there attending to Michael Waltrip's car and the others involved in this big crash down the back straightaway.
And this is why NASCAR slow these cars down on the caution flag, to let the rescue workers get there to attend to these drivers as quickly as possible.
They're so much faster right now than they used to.
Oh man, it's unbelievable.
And Wally, you know from your experience inside these race cars with all the safety restraints and so on, it's not a big cockpit area that a driver has to move around in, and Michael's not a small guy.
No, Michael's a big guy. You've got your Hans on. Michael's got some extra wires connected to this helmet because of the camera that he's carrying, like I was yesterday. So there's a lot of things that are connected to you. You can't move. On top of that, you're upside down. It's hard to get the steering wheel off, and then when you let go of the belts, you got to be careful not to fall on top of the steering wheel column. So you got to really try to get your bearings, and just, if you're not hurt, just take your time. Those guys are there. The fire guys are there. And if you can just take your time and get yourself unhooked, I think, obviously if the car's on fire, you're going to create ways to get out quick. But
there's Brian Vickers out of his car. Jamie McMurray in the accident. Driver with the star in his uniform. Back left of the screen. He's out of his car. And the work continues around the Michael Waltrip machine.
And also the way the seats are around you, the headpieces, is very difficult for somebody like Michael.
If he's okay, the best thing they could do is turn the car over and then get him out, if he's okay.
Pit road is open. Let's check on the pit stops. Marty?
Alan Matt Kenseth in second place. He said, I need to be a little bit tighter if I'm going to run up front here. I about wrecked 6 times that time. Half a round down on the track bar, Dave.
More good news for Tony Stewart's. No chassis changes this time. 4 fresh tires, plus the news that Michael's okay. Weber?
This should be routine. 4 tires for the 8 car, and fuel seemed to take a long time on the right front, Matt. The 24 is in. It's going to be a 4-tire change for Jeff Gordon. His car has started to come to him. Jimmy Johnson also is complete. It's going to be close. He's not going to beat the 20 and the 8 off pit road.
I think Jeff Gordon got there first.
Yeah, good stop.
See the rest of the teams exiting pit road after their stops. And the work around the Michael Waltrip car to extricate him from that machine after it turned over at least 3 times down the backstretch. When the car slid off into the grass, I saw one of the tires leave the machine, and when that rim that was left on it dug into the grass, it just sent the car kind of cartwheeling over on its roof.
And when you're in a situation like that, you are just a passenger, especially when these cars start turning each other. Here you see, looks like Johnny Sauter slid up in the 30 car into Brian Vickers in the 25. In chain reaction.
Yes, that's Michael talking. Yeah.
And Biffle, the pole sitter, looks like he barely got through there.
So you see the tire come off of Michael's car, then it got into that grass softened by the rain, and it just dug in, just like we saw Ryan Newman's last year, and sent the car over.
There's Harvick, Kevin LePage, Johnny Benson,
Terry Labonte. Saw McMurray and Vickers.
Okay, here we go. This might be our best shot.
Watch the car on the bottom there. The blue and yellow car. Slides up right there. Just ever so little contact, which doesn't look like a lot when you're running 185, 190 mile per hour. It's a lot.
There's the 15. And about right now, he's going to dig in. There goes one of the tires that Alan talked about. Violent.
Very violent. Yeah, when you hit that grass, hang on.
And the 30 car, he comes up and just, it's like you said, Wally, another 6 inches, probably would have not been an accident.
And it looks like the 30 to me got a little bit loose down there. He got a little bit loose. He corrected, but when he corrected, he slid up the racetrack, and unfortunately, there were 2 cars on the outside of him.
So my count, at least 10 cars involved in this accident.
It's hard to tell if he got loose or he pushed up there, but
the end result is still the same.
Yeah.
Michael hit by Robbie Gordon, and then here's the dig. Right there.
Dig.
You can see just how high that he throws the dirt as the car goes over.
A couple other cars almost got on their lid, too. That was Kevin LePage in the 4 car got some air.
Now watch this. I think Biffle gets through it without too much damage.
Hey, Benny, he just said on the radio they should show it from my onboard.
Stay low.
We are.
Wow, that
Come
is
on, straight,
amazing.
Jim. Come on, come on, come on. You all right? How bad is it? You good?
That should be the lucky dog.
That's right.
There.
Robbie Gordon's view.
Robbie didn't have
You're fine.
such a good time of it.
Inside, go inside. Now.
Man.
That looked like
We're
yesterday.
done. We're done. My car's killed.
He said all this while he's sliding to a stop. Did you hear him say, we're done?
Yeah.
My car's killed?
Let's watch the 30s. See if he pushes or he gets loose. He gets loose.
Gets loose, yeah.
So the back end breaks loose first, and when he's trying to correct and catch it, is when he slides up into Vickers, and Vickers pinches Waltrip, and off they go. Let's add a couple of more to this. How about 12 cars in this accident now? We get all the numbers and the cars coming back around damage. There's Ryan Newman.
Yep, he was almost through it. 25 car Vickers came down and just tagged him.
Page in the air. Sterling Marlin up under him. There's Benson in the 09.
And like I said, there's just no place for you to go a lot of times. It's just...
Let's go on board Michael Waltrip. And
That's us, guys. 25 got into us. That's us.
They are talking to Michael, the safety workers are, but we talked about the tight cockpit and Michael being a big guy. He's just trapped inside the car.
that's right. I mean, turn the thing over. Or cut the roll cage out of it.
I think probably the reason they don't turn it over to BP is if he does have any kind of injury, especially to the neck or the back, that's the last thing you want to do.
That's probably a good idea, yep.
So precautions being taken to extricate Michael Waltrip from his machine. And while we continue to monitor that, let's check with Marty.
Ryan Newman hammering on the 12 car right now and said that he would rather talk. He just wants to calm down for a second. Very upset about what happened out there. And sometimes, BP, as you know, you can use a hammer to take out some frustrations, can't you?
Yeah, hit that fender, Ryan. Hit it hard.
Hit Marty.
Yeah, hit Marty.
I would rather you hit me.
Of course, Ryan Newman, they got the car up on its side and looks like they're flipping it over.
Now, don't let it hit so hard. Oh,
No
man.
way you're going to stop that. And you see they continue to work. Wow, look at the heavy damage to that machine. So they continue to work to get Michael Waltrip out of his car. Again, though, the report from NASCAR is that he is talking to the rescue workers there. And a big list. Wow.
Man,
Involved in this accident.
Well, we talked about earlier, it's not if, it's when.
So in this case, the big wreck happened at lap 72 of the 200 scheduled in today's Daytona 500-mile race. And the defending 500 winner played an unfortunate starring role. See a number of different rescue crews there, the tow trucks to remove all the vehicles involved in the accident, the EMTs and the medical workers, the firemen and the extrication tools. And that's inside Michael Waltrip's car.
And Michael's probably
He's getting
out of the car now.
Michael is crawling out of that thing.
good. But you can see everybody, see how close everything is in there, very confined. Plus, you got the roof on you. The dash is all crushed on you.
The people in the back can see that and listen to the huge applause that Michael gets as he gets out and waves to the crowd.
It's a good sign.
Take the stretcher and put it back. We don't need it.
So not the kind of day Michael Waltrip hoped for, certainly, in this Daytona 500. He was hoping to come away with his name inscribed on the Harley Earl Trophy for a third time as a 500 winner. Instead, he's going to be on every 11 o'clock sportscast tonight with the spectacular flyer through the infield.
That's a roof cam, watching all these guys pick the debris up.
Trouble off turn 2 involves 12 cars and sends Michael Waltrip for a flying tumble. Caution flag is out in the 46 Daytona 500. Frightening, scary moment. Fortunately, Michael Waltrip out of his car, and it's just fine. Back to the Daytona 500, you see the remains of Michael Waltrip's car being hauled away. The most important part to note, that center cage area you see from the window, door in the window area, the front and back, if that crushes, that's fine. But that center cage where the driver sits, Benny and Wally, that's the heart of the safety of a race car.
And we can see the integrity is still there and protecting Michael Waltrip.
Especially for somebody like Michael's size.
He's about 6'5".
Yeah.
Camera still works. You talked about flipping that car back over, BP. This was the view. Upside down, right side up.
Okay, now we take the wheel off and see about getting out of this car.
Just look at the dirt on the dashboard. And yeah, remember Ryan Newman told us on Countdown to Green the piece of sod he ended up with in his car after his flip last year that he took home with him. McDonald's sponsors a championship, a contest for pit crews throughout the season. Teams who spend the least amount of time on pit road. It's called the McDonald's Pit Crew Championship, fueled by Powerade. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team was the victor a season ago, and the teams will be contesting for that race within a race throughout 2004. Just had a round of pit stops here. You saw that Jeff Gordon won the race off the pit lane. Now all the teams will be running down to the Sunoco gas station to get some more fuel for the next round of pit stops. Sunoco, just one of the new things in NASCAR racing in 2004. Good to have him aboard. You know, my dad, when he raced back in the late 1960s at a local track up in Massachusetts, I was just talking this morning, had a big Sunoco decal on the car. The local Sunoco dealer used to give him gasoline. That's what a sponsorship was in those days. Marty?
Wild ride for a lot of drivers, including Brian Vickers. What started all that, Brian?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the 30 car may have got loose or something and got into us, and then I got into Michael, and it just kind of went from there. I hate it for everybody. I really hate it for the GMAC Chevy team. They worked their butts off. It's the best car we had all week. We went from 35th to the top 10. We were running top 10 there the last part of the race we were in. But the guys did a great job. I can't thank them enough. I want to thank the president for coming today and all the support we have from the fans out here.
When all that happens, what's your view?
What's my view?
What do you see out the windshield? Anything?
Hold on. I see a lot of smoke, a lot of dirt flying, a lot of cars, and it usually hurts pretty good. But I'm fine now. I got a little bit sore, but other than that, it's just hold on and let go of the wheel.
He feels fine, but he's only 20 years old. Remember that too, Dave.
Marty, Sterling Marlin drove his car in. What was your view of the wreck there?
I don't know. We all ran into each other on the straightaway. Somebody got into somebody in front of us up there, and seen some smoke, and everything looked good. And you know, I was going good and straight. Somebody hung me in the right rear and turned me head on in the fence. So I don't know what time to do all that. These cars too tight. They need to cut the spoiler off and make them a little loose. Everybody's pushing, and you get 3 deep, the front end just takes off on them, and it's nothing to do about it. So they need to look at these rules and cut some of the spoiler off and let us get them hung out sideways.
All right, Sterling Marlin not able to win his third Daytona 500 today, guys.
Still cleaning up on the back straightaway, so let's take a break. We're approaching 200 miles. In the 46 Daytona 500, a dozen cars involved in the big wreck on the back straightaway. Michael Waltrip, I don't think any question about it, got the worst of the whole deal. As Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart take the white flag, we're in the final lap of the Daytona 500. Jr. took the lead from Tony Stewart with 19 laps to go after he trailed Stewart's orange Chevrolet for much of the central part of the race. Now he's got to hang on for 3/4 of a lap to earn a victory in the sport's biggest event. Stewart not close enough to make a move yet. It's all going to come down to whether Earnhardt has a bobble or a problem in this final third of a lap.
You can't get emotional yet because you've got to get off turn 4 and back to the start-finish line.
You can see it now.
The legacy continues. Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the 46th Daytona 500.
Great run for Wimmer, too. Fantastic.
Tony Stewart second, Scott Wimmer third, Kevin Harvick fourth, Jimmy Johnson fifth. For Dale Earnhardt Jr., his first victory in the 500 in his fifth try.
There are some happy people. But none no happier than him.
Oh, that's right. You can't overstate the months of preparation that go into running this one race. These teams take these cars to the wind tunnel, various engineering rigs like chassis dynamometers and 7-post rigs to test them, get them all dialed together for this one shot at getting their names inscribed on the Harley Earl Trophy. And it's Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s who will be inscribed as the 2004 winner. Matt?
Back home, we did it.
All right, Junior stopped right there and acknowledged these fans.
He's got something up his sleeve, I think.
Just get out and acknowledge these fans. They love you.
Here he comes.
Here he comes. Get out of the way, photographers. Let me in there.
You want to know what winning this race means to someone? Have a look. He said when we interviewed him earlier at the start of the broadcast day, a little afternoon Eastern, said, if I win this race tonight, I don't know when the party's going to stop. Well, it sure started now.
Now, there's a hug.
Yeah.
Tony Eury Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr. Their dads grew up together. They grew up together. A hug from his uncle, Danny Earnhardt.
Yeah, valid point just made to me there. He is leading the NASCAR Busch Series race that's going to run here tomorrow. I guess you better be careful how long that party goes on, huh?
J.R. Rhodes there in a white shirt
And the NASCAR official saying, okay, let's get this car to victory lane, please.
Now the family's here. Teresa Earnhardt. So, how long's the party gonna last?
Man, I don't know.
You got a race tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do that, huh? Good God, I'm Daytona 500 champion. I can't believe it.
Forever, Dale, forever.
Yeah, I'm just amazed, man. It's just awesome that I couldn't believe I passed him by myself.
Tell me about it.
What's going on here?
Tell me about it, because you were thinking about it for a while.
I was trying for a damn while, but I didn't know it's going on forever. It's like a magic trick. I tried to figure out how to pass him, and I got a run on him, and made it happen somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're doing at that point. You're just trying your heart out, and I had a great car. Awesome car, built by Tony Sr. and all the guys. I want to say to my sister, my mama back home, all my friends. Good God. I can't believe it. It's the greatest ever.
We talked during testing. You said you thought it's harder to win the Daytona 500 than to win the Nextel Cup champion.
Yeah, I ain't got to worry about that no more.
You sure don't.
Man, I tell you, it's a hard race to win. You know, it's a season in itself. That entire race is just, there's so many things going on, so much running through your mind. You know, I've seen it, been lost so many times by Dad over and over, and I was taught so many lessons by this place before I ever got behind the wheel, and God, I'm glad I ain't got to worry about it no more. Man, this is awesome.
You're only the third father-son combination to win the Daytona 500. Dale, your father won it 6 years ago today.
Yeah, I mean, he was over in the passenger side riding with me. I'm sure he was having a blast. believe it or not, I'm real surprised. The Goodyear tire did good all day. I didn't expect our car to handle them so well, but the car drove awesome all day. It's real loose there at the end, but you know, had to be that way to be able to run good on old tires. And Tony had a great car. We kind of been such good friends, you know, and we helped each other all day. And by the way, thinking of my other teammate, Michael Waltrip, I'm glad he's all right. That was a scary-looking accident, but I got a full week ahead of me. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, you're going to be a little busy for the next few days. Hey, you're leading the championship standings, too.
For the first time in my life. This is awesome.
Congratulations, Dale. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the Daytona 500 champion of 2004.